Hey there, Jen with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a closer look at the TCX Street 3 women's riding shoes, available at RevZilla.com. Alright, so this one's going out to all the sneakerphiles out there who love riding in their sneakers, but are getting a little tired of their favorite kicks getting destroyed by the motorcycle. The TCX Street 3 women's shoes has that really great classic high top look and are very comfortable. I know this because I've done a couple rides now in these shoes and also spent a couple days in the airport. Now, I'm not normally one of those sneaker riding kind of types, but I have to say I have a better appreciation now why a lot of riders would choose this kind of riding shoe. They're very comfortable on and off the bike, and I got compliments everywhere I went. If you're more like me, and normally you're more of a full riding boot, protective kind of person, there's plenty in the TCX lineup. You could go check out their boots. Or if you're already in sneakers and you just want to upgrade just a little bit and still have that sneaker look and feel, then this is definitely a shoe you could consider. So some notes about sizing. Normally I am a size 7.5. TCX, along with a lot of other riding brands out there, typically don't make a half size. So I had to choose between a size 7 or a size 8. I've tried on both. The 8 is definitely a little too big, but the 7 was kind of a perfect fit. It wasn't too tight, so that's kind of what I've stuck with. So anyone who's a fence sitter in the half sizes, go ahead and size down. Now do keep in mind that this product will ship to you for free, and as always, we have our price match policy in place to guarantee you the lowest price available. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the features of the Street 3 women's riding shoes. We're going to start with the entry point of this shoe. So the liner here, we do have a 3D mesh system, and also take note that in this shoe we have the Ortholite insole. I do think that's a big player in why these shoes are so comfortable. So if you like shoes with insoles, that's something for you to consider. Here on the back side of the shoe, we do have a pull tab for easy entry and getting out of the shoe. I do wish it was a little bit longer. I feel like I needed just a little bit more leverage to really get my foot crammed in there, so something to take note of. Running down the front of the shoe, we do have a traditional lacing system. We don't have any metal reinforcement in the eyelets, so something just for your consideration. I do like that we have this elastic laces keeper here. You could see it in action on this shoe here. It's just nice to take these laces and kind of tuck them away neatly, and you don't have to worry about them getting caught up in parts of your motorcycle. As we move down the shoe, we're going to talk a little bit about the toe here. Now, in previous iterations of this shoe from TCX, they did have a toe reinforcement. On this version, they don't, however. There is no protective piece here in the toe. I would prefer to see a toe cup in here for a number of reasons, protection being the top one, of course, but even just for riding comfort. When you're on the bike all day and you're doing a lot of shifting, when it's only just this thin piece of suede between you and the motorcycle, you're really going to notice it by the end of the day. So something we'd like to see on future iterations from TCX, let's go ahead and get that toe reinforcement back in there. Coming around to the side of the shoe, we're going to focus a bit on their outsole. So for this year, the TCX has put in a new insole system. It's called the Ground Tracks. You can take a look here along the bottom. It has a good lug pattern, some good grip on the bottom here. I do have the sample here. So this is their Z-plate shank construction. As you can see, it gives a lot of flex and give here in the outsole. And it's also important to note that this outsole is really sturdy and has some good crush protection. If you want to push down on the sole, you see it's not going to give you a lot of give, so that's a pretty good protective outsole system. Now we're going to go ahead and move up the boot, or rather the riding shoe. We're going to move up and we're going to talk about the new D30 ankle protective system in here. Now, older generations of the shoe had a hard TPU kind of ankle cup in it. For this year, they do have the D30 system. You can see it has a lot more squish and give. Again, this is going to just be a rider preference thing. Do you want that harder plastic, or do you prefer the flex and give of the D30? A little side note, this D30 tag is a little bit of an irritant, so I would like to see in future generations of the shoe if we could just do a pinch tab or something a little more simple. The pillow tab just kind of gets in the way of the entry point here. Moving along to the back side of the shoe, we do have some nice textured pieces on here, and I want to make note of that, how it could be different on different versions of this shoe. For instance, on this textile suede version of the shoe, we can see we have just a little bit of glitter happening there on the back side, whereas with this just full suede construction shoe, it's more of a matte finish. So again, that's a style rider preference choice. Just know that that is their difference in the variants here. And speaking of variants, there are 3 versions of this shoe. What I have in front of me is the full suede construction waterproof version. To the side here, we have the textile and suede version that is also waterproof. And then there is a 3rd option. It's called the air option, and it's a little bit more breathable. It is not waterproof. Some notes about that waterproofing. It is the TCX T-Dry system, and it comes up to the 2nd eyelet, so about where this thread seam is right here. So if you do want a true waterproof system, just make sure that whatever pants you're wearing with these shoes, they kind of make up the difference in the coverage there. And so there you have it. That is the general overview of the TCX Street 3 women's riding shoe. Again, great option for all you sneakerphiles out there who want to keep riding in your kicks, just want some added rider creature comforts. If you have more questions, of course, you could always hit the info button on your desktop or mobile device. It'll redirect you to our product page where you could see all the different colorways, product features, and read some rider reviews from riders like yourself. You can always give our Lady Gear Geeks a call at 877-792-9455 or email us, cs@RevZilla.com. Well, I appreciate you hanging out and looking at sneakers with me. I'm Jen with RevZilla. Keep it on 2.